Everybody, Namo here. It is Saturday morning. I didn't grab my phone and record anything throughout the week like I am trying to start doing. That way, you kind of see a little bit more into everything. Yeah. So I didn't do any of that. It rained for the first whole half of the week. The guy I work with, his family members tested positive, so he's out for a while. So it's just me at work. So I've been real busy at work. But it is Saturday morning, and as you can kind of see from the clouds behind me, it's not looking too good. I gotta mow. I have to mow. It's been 2 weeks and I haven't done anything, and it's looking bad. So I'm out here about to start mowing. Excuse me. Before it rains, if it rains, really don't know what it's gonna do. Some days it just looks like this and doesn't do a single thing. So I've also taken my potted plants and set them up on the railroad ties that I have, because this whole place needs to be taken care of. It's starting to swallow the smaller stuff, like these Solomon seals and all these red buds that I have in all the small 1 gallon pots are starting to be swallowed by all that. So right now the plan is to take the mower, mow as much as I can, put I just saw a drop even on camera, put the right weed eater head on, and knock all that down so that it doesn't get eaten anymore. So I need to hurry up and get to it because I'm starting to feel sprinkles. My mower can work in small rain, small little bit of dew on the grass. It can work like that. So it's a commercial grade mower. It's just that front hill on the front of the house that I'm worried about always sliding on. So I'm gonna get to it. So I'm done mowing and weed eating. It rained the whole time. It was a very light sprinkle. You can kind of see I'm a little soaked on the tips, but very light sprinkle. It wasn't too bad. But towards the end of actually mowing, man, gotta quit looking away because I keep zooming in on my beard. Towards the end of mowing, it started clogging up. Grass wasn't coming out the chute, so it was all just kind of rolling around, clogging up. It started to kill the mower. So it being it having these big tires on the back and little tires on the front, it likes to do wheelies. So if it clogs up, you can push down on the handles, do a wheelie, and kind of tap it up and down, and it'll get it unclogged. So I did that. I let go of the drive, left the blades on so that it would help clear the clog. Started tapping it. Didn't realize it popped out of not gear, but mower height, the deck height. I usually set it on 4. It dropped all the way down to half, not even 1, half, and I didn't realize it. And you can see the strip that I mowed before I realized it was on 1. I completely scalped down and around the magnolia, so I've got this blemish on my yard that I'm not exactly happy about. But I got it done. Yard looks good. Weeded just around the house. I didn't go down to the fence like normal or down by the magnolia and all the other trees. Just did around the house so that it looked good. I even got that bed like I was talking about. So I gotta go put all those plants back. But like right when I finished weed eating, I went and sprayed the mower off while the grass underneath it was still wet so that it would slump off easy. Um, got that done and then started bringing it back around and it just started pouring. So I did it again. I got to make sure I stay in frame. But it started pouring and yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to be able to do today. I do kind of see, I don't know if you guys can see all that. Well, see the blue? That very small strip of blue? Looks like it's going to clear up and be nice here in a couple hours. If that blue is any kind of concern. So I've got this table, this folding table at work that's really solid. Like it's heavy. Um, the the top isn't scratched. It's not damaged. Nothing's wrong with the top. The rubber on the edges is fine. The metal bracing around the bottom is fine, but the folding legs are completely broke. We don't have a TIG welder to fix it. I've never used a TIG welder, so I don't know how to fix it. But I've been told to throw it away. It's too big to go in the dumpster. So I've commissioned my father, asked him politely to meet me down there and load it up in his truck and bring it here. I'm going to remove those busted metal legs, and I've got enough scrap wood just laying around the entire property that I can make legs for it and use it in here as a shop table. So eventually I want to do something with this garage. Like I've pulled the car in before and I couldn't even close the garage door. Like I guess if the stereo wasn't there, I could back all the way in, or I pull all the way in and close the garage door, but it's like 3 inches in front of the car, 3 inches behind the car. There's not enough room. This garage is not big enough for a vehicle. So this garage door is useless. So I kind of thinking one of the projects where I have to call and hire someone to do something, knock that door out, because the door has to be replaced anyways. The whole frame is rotten, and like when they repossessed the house, that's the door they broke into. So it's like constantly, I mean, it's got a padlock on it and deadbolt. It's locked, stays locked, but it needs replacing. So I think we'll knock that out, and instead of putting a new door back, we'll just put in a window. And I would like to frame this out, get rid of the garage door, and put in like the dual opening shop doors, kind of like that. But safe ones, secure ones. That way I can keep the mower stored in here, because at the moment there's no storing it in the plastic shed. I've got to get that wood shed built on the back of it so I can move all the firewood into the wood shed, which will clear up a lot of room in the plastic shed. And then I got to rearrange the plastic shed. I could eventually start storing the mower in there, but that also does double as my cold frame for potted plants during the winter. So just having like gas fumes, even a little bit of storing the mower and storing the gas for the mower and the weed eater in there may not be the best thing for plants, but it would alleviate a lot of room in the garage here for me to use, because as I've said multiple times, I want it to be my workshop. Like I have this hatchet head that I started working on as an Instagram only kind of deal, and I just haven't done anything with it because you can only put like I was trying to just do it all in reels, and that the longest reel you can make is like 2 minutes, and I'm just not doing that. So I'm gonna save that for the winter for this vlog, projects like that. Um, just a lot of things that I can do and put together. I need to get a heater for the garage because the garage door leaks. Still need to figure out how to better insulate around it, but we'll figure that out, and we'll have projects during the winter to work on the weekends, so that I can actually continue a vlog, because it's seeming I don't have much time to play games anymore and make those videos. So those videos will be few and far between, but I'll still continue to try and make them. So I've got a list of projects I can work on during the winter. It's just this winter I actually need to get up and do it, instead of doing like last winter and being like, the garage is a mess. I would need to clean up the garage first before I do anything. The garage is clean now. We had to clean it to put the freezer in, so it's clean. It just needs to be better organized. So that'll be another project for the winter. So it looks like the rain is stopping, and that blue is getting bigger. So I'm going to get off here, get a hold of my dad, so that we can go get that table and start doing other projects. So with those strong winds we have, my trash cans are always getting blown away. So I've got these 4x4s that I want to sink in the ground, and a couple of these 2x8s to strengthen the back. I've got more lumber around the front. I mean, you guys know that. But I want to get kind of a fence built around these so that I can use those 2 pallets as like gates, and enclose them, so when strong winds come in, we're not chasing recycling and trash down the hill picking everything up. So I was hoping to do that today. That's why we've got the hammer drill, and I haven't found them in a while. I haven't seen them in a while. They're probably in this bag here. Yep. So I've got these 4x4 anchors. You're supposed to, sink them in the concrete like that. And then you set the 4x4 in and put the screws in through these holes, and it secures it. So I want to anchor it to the house so I can get this first 4x4 in and sturdy. That way everything's secured, set up, so when the winds come in, it's actually solid, and the enclosure for the trash cans won't blow away either. So that's the plan. So you go to Lowe's because you only have 4 tap cons remaining, and you broke your masonry bit, so you want to get a thing of tap cons and a bit and an extra bit just in case you break one. Should be about $15. You end up spending over $100 on stuff that you kind of need, actually, to finish the project you're working on. I got this spud bar. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's kind of hard to see because it's really long. Got the spud bar, thinking that I've mentioned multiple times that I need a spud bar, so why not get one? And then I've got some weed fabric for some of the spots where I want to put rock down, because that's about the only time I use weed fabric is when I'm putting rock. So, and then I got the stuff for the gate for the fence, or for the enclosure around the trash cans we're making, because I didn't have a latch, and I didn't have hinges. So now we got that. So now we can actually possibly finish this whole project today because I just bought everything I needed instead of just putting the posts in and calling it good for now until I got all the stuff. So yeah, broke the bit while I was drilling the holes for the Tapcons, so I had to go get a bit, and I only had 4 Tapcons, and I've got like 6 of those anchors because I need to use them for when I start making the steps on the front of the porch. So I needed Tapcons anyways, so found one that works, that came with a bit, and I bought an extra bit. Just as always, go into Lowe's for something simple, come out with a lot of stuff. But back to working on the project. Alright, so here's where we are so far. So this is the brace that I was Tapconning. I don't know if I can get you back there to see it, but I was putting Tapcons in to keep it secure to the brick. That's what I broke the bit in, but got the new ones, got the new holes drilled, got it secured. We've put in all 4 of these posts and got them tamped in, secured. We got the bracers up on the sides, and we've got one of the gates hung. We're working on the other one right now, and then we'll be able to put the trash cans inside, put a latch on the gates, and they won't go nowhere when we have those strong winds. Alright, so I didn't get much filmed today, but we're done. So the trash can fencing, which I am blocking, is right behind me. It's done. I'm trying to turn to where I'm out of the sun, but also not, blacked out. So the enclosure for the trash cans are done. We took the chainsaw and walked the fence line and cut down all those trees that were laying across the fence. Got them thrown over, fixed the fence as best we could. There's one part of the fence that was attached. It was stapled to a tree. The tree fell down into the neighbor's property, which pulled the fence that way. We got that cut off, and we got it stuck up and got another limb behind it bracing it. It's temporary for now. I'll have to go back at some point, take a T-bar, drive it down, and attach the fence better. So we got a good bit accomplished today, but I don't want to overdo it anymore. So let me show you the trash can enclosure that we finished up, and that should be it for the day. Alright, so there it is. We've cut the pallet down lengthwise and height-wise so that it would fit and everything fits snugly. It's all braced up with these 2x6s and that 2x8 there in the back. Like I showed you before, it's anchored to the wall so it won't be coming out. It's all tamped in and solid. The gate opens up and closes easily. I'm going to need to get one of those gate rods that goes here on the back that you push down into the ground so that it'll anchor down there, because this is the trash can. The trash can gets taken down to the road every week. The recycling doesn't always get taken down, so we can have this door constantly locked so that we can open this gate up, and then the trash can just slides right out without any issue. So each one of these is big enough for the trash cans to fit through. So I ended up buying, like I said, a spud bar. Oh, so that's my dad's tamper. It's just a 2x4 with the end ground down into a handle and a piece of metal on the end. And I ended up buying a spud bar, which has this spade end on that end and this pike end on that one. And as it says, it's 16 pounds. So anytime we're digging with the post hole diggers and we hit a rock, we just take that and beat the rock a few times, break it up, get the pieces up, and everything like that. Now, I've also got some weed fabric that I'm going to come in here sometime later, level all this, clear it all, level it, put down the weed fabric, and then I have these bags of rocks that my wife got from a guy off Facebook Marketplace who he was just giving them away for free. He was just saying, somebody come get them, take them, and do whatever you want with them for free. So we've got 2 bags of that crushed marble, and I think 4 or 5 bags of this pond cobbles, as it's called. We had more, but I used those around the bucket in the cistern for the sump pump. So dug a hole, set a bucket in there, drilled a bunch of holes throughout the bucket, filled the outside of the bucket with rock, and then set the sump pump in the bucket. So the bucket would fill full of water, and then the sump pump will suck it off. And then the sump pump will take it away. So I used a bunch of bags for that, so I don't have as many, but all that together should be enough to fill that area and all the way back to the little walkway that comes out of the side door. So, like I said, we got a lot accomplished. I got to clean up all the tools and then close up and be done. So, yeah, I don't feel like doing the weed fabric and rocks at the moment. That can be done later. Could also probably wait till I get that gate anchor to be able to, because I gotta bury a pipe and then be able to put the anchor through it. So that should probably get that and install that, and then put the weed fabric and rocks down. So that is a project for another time. Right now, the biggest project I want to accomplish before it gets too cold to not be able to do anything outside is I got to figure out how to level the ground up there by the front porch and the plastic shed. That way we can level all that out and be able to put in the steps. So, gotta figure out how to do that at some point. So, that's it for today. It's probably not as long as the last few have been. I mean, they've been like 30 minutes. So this hopefully isn't that long. But yeah, that's all we've done today. I've forgotten my glasses somewhere, so I'm constantly squinting, so I'm getting a really bad headache at the moment. So I'm going to shut this off and go rest. I also forgot to show you, this is the table that we picked up. 8-foot table. Like I said, great condition on the top, great condition here. But you see that leg is broken. So it's supposed to have another one of these bars at the ends, and that just snapped off. So I've got it now. And with whatever bits of wood that I have, I will be trying to put legs on it. Honestly, I want to get rid of that table. That table right there. That one. Because the top for it is bad. It's terrible. They made it terribly. But the legs and everything, the 2x4s they use for the frame are solid. So if I can take that all apart and get it attached to that table, then I've got me a good workbench. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I just put all my stuff away, closed the garage, and was like, oh yeah, I mentioned I was going to go pick up a table, and then I didn't show nobody. So there you go. There's the table. And that's what I plan to do with it. So as always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handles are at the end of the video, at the outro. They're also in the links are also in the description. And like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.